Well, it's time for our May ministry report, and this time we'd like to continue where we left off last time, telling you a little bit more about how the correspondence course works on a practical level, what's involved in receiving and sending lessons and how that all looks. Last time we talked some about how we get the lessons from the post office, how they're initially processed and so forth. And now I'd like to hear a little bit from Denise Hutchison, who handles a lot, probably the majority of the grading and correspondence. When a student sends in their lesson, eventually somebody has to sit down and actually read the material that that student wrote, answer those questions, and a lot of times we have to write letters answering specific questions that the student has asked us, either about material in the lesson or about some other Bible question or life situation. And very often Denise is the one on our team who handles that. So let's hear a little bit from her about the things involved in corresponding with the students in our course.
Well, now I'm going to open up a lesson from this girl, and I believe her name is Anna Patyuk, and she has just sent us lesson number 2. And what I like to do is just go through it and see if there's any extra comments or whatever. We see here that she's student number 1007. And I'll go through it, and I'll notice here at the back that she said, "Thank you for the greeting on my birthday." And something that I've been doing this last year is sending a birthday card, postcard to these students when it's their birthday. And I've got about 3 or 4 thank yous back from these people for their birthday cards. And this just says, "Thank you for the greeting on my birthday, God bless you, and I'm looking forward to lesson number 3. And then I'll just go through the lesson, starting at the beginning. And since I have done several of these, I basically just look for the answers that she's given us. Okay, and so knowing basically, now if I don't know some of these answers, or if I can't read the writing, then I'll go back to my answer keys, and I have an answer key for each of these, and I'll look through them and look closer at the answers. But I can tell by what she has written here, having done many of these lessons, that she has written all of these answers correctly. So far here, all the way through here, this is correct, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And then after that, Jesse or whoever's prepared these will already have the next lesson ready, and I'll make sure that the front has the next her student number in it, which is 1007. Make sure it has the return envelope in it. Put them together so they fit nicely. A lot of the times we get letters back from the students. Maybe they're just saying thank you for the course, or they might have other types of questions. And I have a letter here. Well, you see some of them are very creative in their envelopes and so forth. This girl has written me several times, and she's a very cheery girl, and we're on a first name basis now, so even in her letters she says, you know, "Good day, Denise." So it's neat when I can see something personal to me. And this is from a girl also who has written, and she says, "Thank you very much for the greeting," another birthday greeting that she got. "I was very pleased to get from you this card that we sent her." And it is she's very much waiting for the next lesson that we give her, and she says that she has learned so much about God, and it's helped her a lot to understand His working with people.
So there's just a small glimpse for you of what goes into actually corresponding with our students. Obviously there's a lot more involved than what we were able to show here, and what you saw Denise doing has to be replicated many times a week for many students. They're then entered into into the database on the computer, and letters are answered and grading is done. And sometimes we have situations where they'll answer something and either we can't read the handwriting, or maybe they wrote it in Russian, so we're not quite sure what they meant. You know, we're better in the Ukrainian language. But that's just a glimpse of how things go in the correspondence end of managing this course. It's quite a lot of work, actually. One more thing I'd like to share with you before we close out is another one of the surprise ministries that this course has opened up for us. That's one of the benefits of a correspondence course, is that it opens doors for you that maybe you didn't even expect when you started out. And one of those that we've seen open up in our ministry is an entrance into the local jails here. Now on our team, none of us really ever sat down and said, oh, we'd like to have a jail ministry. How are we going to do that? That just wasn't on our horizon. But as we started the correspondence course, one thing led to another, and somehow some of our materials got into one of the local jails. And when one inmate started taking our lessons, of course others saw that, and this guy began to invite his friends and so forth. And now, if I'm not mistaken, we have somewhere around 40 inmates studying the Bible in the jail. Now, we've never physically been to the jail. We've never met any of these guys in person, to my knowledge. But every week or month or however often they send their materials in, we're able to teach these guys the Bible, and we're introducing them to Christ right there in the jail through the correspondence course. So we're really excited about that and about all the other doors to ministry that are opening up through the course. And we thank you for watching our report, and we really appreciate your prayers as we minister the gospel here in Ukraine.